Hey everyone, welcome back to the Midwest Stitches channel. My name is Danielle and this is my channel all about knitting, crocheting, and project bag making. You can find me on Instagram. I have to think there for a second. You can find me on Instagram at midwest.stitches or on my website at midweststitches.com. And I do have a couple Ravelry pages, and my Ravelry name is Midwest Stitches, all one word. So it's been about a little over a week since I posted my last video. I have a few things, finished objects to talk about, update you on a couple of whips, and show you some yarn from my Mandy's Makings Share a Pair set that I got. I got it right after the last episode. So, oh, and we're going to announce the giveaway winner. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and yeah, let's dive on in. Okay, today first of all, today it's Sunday, December 18th, and I'm in a new corner. I've got my lovely sign. Are you a YouTuber if you don't have one of these? Are you a yarn podcaster if you don't have one? So I'm just trying this out. We'll see how I like it. I'm unsure. I have a new light. Adrian got me a couple of like photography studio lights as a Christmas/birthday present. So we're trying those out, and I'm not really sure how it's going to look. So thank goodness for filters for videos when you're doing post-production. So it's a little shadowy, you know. So anyway, enough of that. Okay, so first things first. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who entered the giveaway. I will announce that here in just a minute. We'll just do that first before I forget. And second, I want to say thank you to everyone who commented on the last video about the t-shirt pattern that I had asked for. A lot of you gave me some really good stuff to go off of, like t-shirts you've done that were similar or yardage you used for sweaters. So thank you so much. That was actually really helpful because I was thinking what y'all were thinking, where, you know, a long sweater calls for like say 1,400 yards or 1,500 yards, and this t-shirt, it seemed like it was calling for way more than that, so it seemed a little weird. One of you did comment that you thought it was maybe a tunic length, and I didn't go back to look and see if the picture kind of showed that, but obviously you can adjust the length because it's a raglan top-down t-shirt. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do. Oh, also, one of you pointed out the size needle. For some reason, I read it, when I read the pattern, I thought it said 2.75. It's a 3.75, a size 6 needle. So we'll see when gauge swatching eventually happens for that. So I think what I'm going to do is just take some of the yarn that I have earmarked for that t-shirt pattern and just kind of dive on in. And just see what happens, because the yarn that I want to use for it initially is a commercial cotton blend that I got from Joann, so it wasn't very expensive, and it's just a knitting project. It can always be, I can always frog it and rip it out and try again. Yeah, so nothing set in stone. So I think I'm just gonna go for it eventually. I'm thinking maybe in January I might cast that on because it's a little less than a full sweater, so it might be good to start with that. So yes, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your comments on that. They were very helpful, and as I'm recording this, I haven't commented back on the comments because I didn't want to mess anything up for the giveaway. So because I'm just doing a random number generator for that. So yeah, with that being said, let me pick a winner real quick. And if you need a refresher, this is the yarn that I'm giving away for 500 subscribers. And let's go to the video and see what we got. Okay. Oh. Okay. So, I had, let me go to get a random number. Okay, so the random number was 7, so let me find that comment. Okay, number 7 out of the comments on the video. The winner is 20 Minutes with Tracy. So, Tracy, just send me an email at midweststitches1@gmail.com letting me know your shipping information, and I will get that sent out to you as soon as possible. I don't think it'll make it before Christmas, but at the very least, right after Christmas. So, all right, so let's jump in to finished objects. I have quite a few, actually. I've been knitting like crazy for Christmas presents for Adrian. So I have quite a stack here to talk about. Tell me that's not crazy. Look at that stack of finished socks. Okay, so let's start with the one on top because I had one of these done last time, and here they are. These are the Spooktastic Advent socks from Area 51 Fibers, and they matched, like, I didn't try to match them. I'm usually pretty bad at that. But they were separated 250-gram skeins already when I got them. So the only part that didn't really end up matching is right here at the toes. You can see there was a little bit of the pink stripe here and just the teeniest, oh, it's on this side, just the teeniest bit right there. So that was the only part that ended up not matching, but overall, like, the cuffs and everything, I just by sheer luck ended up matching them. Not that he cares or it matters, but I gifted this pair to him for our anniversary, which was this past Monday. So now he can have those. So that's not a Christmas present, but the rest of these will be. So the next pair I finished were my Magic Heel socks. Here they are, looking all crazy and long, like just giant tubes. And here's the Magic Heel part. So originally, if you remember, I had intended to make these for me. And when I got, so here was the thing. Here's the thing. When I got done with the first one, if you remember, it was too short in the foot. I didn't have enough of the yarn. So I was just going to make the second one and see what happened. So here's the second one. I knit it toe up. So this was from the Cozy Knitter Advent 2021 skein. So this is where I ran out of yarn. This brown stripe was the last one of the Cozy Knitter. So I had leftovers of the Advent sock, the Spooktacular or Spooktastic, I think. So what I did was I just took it and added it to the leg and then used the same yarn for the cuff, the cream color. And I don't think it looks too terrible. You know, it looks okay. And so for this, it ended up being 50 rounds for the foot, 50 rounds for the heel portion, and then I want to say I did 40, maybe 50 rounds for the leg. No, that doesn't seem right. I think it was closer to 25. Either way, these ended up being, they fit okay. I don't love the fit because I tried them on as I went, and the problem I had is I tried them on as I went. They were toe up. And what ended up happening is, like, on this is like the exact opposite problem of the other one, where this part underneath my foot, like right where your heel starts, it was getting pulled up too much. So I think these will fit him just fine. His feet are just slightly bigger than mine. So what are you going to do? I figured, why not gift them to him? Because I know he will wear them. So when I did that, I thought to myself, okay, this sock that doesn't fit, I can take the leftovers from the other skein, and I cut the toe off, which I messed up here. You can see that. I messed up picking up the stitches somehow, but it's fine. And I took it in this pink stripe right here, and I just added it to the foot. I needed 26 more rounds, so I added 26 more rounds, and then I had enough yarn left over to knit the toe on this one, and they are a perfect match lengthwise. So that's good. And yeah, they will be for him. And I don't know. I know some people love the magic heel for themselves, and I think it's probably a good pattern for kids, or if you don't know the recipient's foot measurements. But I think a better pattern, which I may or may not try in the future, I'm not really sure. It's from Kate Celine. It's a similar concept, and it's a free pattern on her website. Basically, she likes knitting socks without heels, and so she wrote up just kind of a recipe for DK and fingering weight socks, where it's basically, she has some patterning on the toe, but the concept is the whole back side of the sock is just 2x2 rib. So kind of like the sock that I did for the test knit, except the front, it's just plain stockinette unless you want it to have a pattern. So, you know, it stretches around the foot. She makes hers really tall and she kind of scrunches them, but you could maybe use that same concept for the recipient, because then you don't have to worry about the ribbed portion heel placement kind of going awry, I guess, like it did for me. So there's those. These next ones I'm actually going to place on a sock blocker and talk about. So this one, let's see, let's get it on here. This is also going to be for Adrian. I don't know if I talked about this the last time, but I will discuss it here in just a second. Okay, so here's this sock, and this is Premier Cotton Collage, and I don't know the color. I don't have the tag anymore. So when I first started knitting fingering weight socks, I think it was summer sock camp 2021? It might have been then when I made these as kind of a test pair. Anyway, I knit him one of these, but it was toe up, and I always had intended to make the mate. I just had never gotten around to it. It just kind of sat in a bag, and I kind of got this notion in my head that before this year was up, which is in like, what, 2 weeks or something crazy like that, I wanted to have all of my knitting whips off the needles. Everything that needed a mate like this or was currently on the needles, I want to finish it. I'm not including crochet projects in that because, as you know, I have like 4 crochet blankets, including my Advent project. So those are just not going to be included in this goal of mine. And I think I can do it. I'm pretty confident. So anyway, this will be a mate sock for him. And this, I can't remember what it's blended with. It's cotton blended with something else. But they come in 50-gram balls, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. And I think they still sell this in a couple of different colors. So if maybe you're allergic to wool or something, this might be a good option. So, and for this, I tried a slightly different recipe, if you will. So I did, because I was working with, I actually wrote it down. I was working with 27.81 grams. So not a lot of yarn, trying to make sure I got a sock that fit. So for this one, I did 15 rounds for the cuff. And then I did 25 rounds for the leg, which is what I do for DK socks, but obviously they're a bit taller because they're DK. And then I just obviously did heel flap and gusset, knit to his foot length. And I still had, it was funny, I had like 10 rounds left of the foot before I started the toe, and I was getting down to like the last little bits of yarn. So I was worried that I wasn't going to have enough to finish this, which was fine. I would have just grabbed something and finished it off. But I really kind of wanted to know, like, possible 25 grams of yarn. Could I get a sock with a 50 gram, you know, at this length? Because this, I tried this on for me, and this fits me just perfect. It's like a weird, like, a weird thing for me where I don't want the cuff part around my ankle bone. It either has to be below that or above it. So this fits perfect. And I like the length of this. So I might make some socks like this for me, but I wound up having this much yarn left. This is, I think 1.4 grams left of this yarn. So because his foot is slightly longer, this ended up being 26.1 grams for this length. So I think I could have gotten away with 25 grams. If I would have maybe done like 15 rounds for the cuff, 20 rounds for the leg, you know, something like that. So that will be good. And my goal with that, because I had this one, I think I've talked about this before. So I had that one that needed a mate. So now I'm going to cast on this with this yarn that I made him a sock out of at the same time pretty much as I made that one, and it never got a mate either. So these have both been sitting in a project bag, and I'm just ready to be done with them. So I'm forcing myself, if you will, to make the mates for them so that they will be completed projects in my mind. He doesn't wear them as a pair, but maybe now he will. Okay, so that's kind of like my 3 finished objects, if you will, because I guess the second sock, or the first sock for that was already done. So now on to whips. So I just finished this before I started recording, and yes, I love the way this turned out. This is also for him. This is a gift sock. Isn't that so cool? So this is Breaking Yarn in the Saul Goodman colorway in her DK sock base. And look at those fun, like, the color stripes just turned out so cool. So I just did my normal 15 rounds for the cuff, 25 rounds for the leg. I used the Crazy Sock Ladies DK vanilla sock pattern for this. And I actually cast this on yesterday morning and finished it up this afternoon. So like a day and a half is what it took me. So I'm going to cast on the second one while I edit this video, and hopefully tomorrow I will have a finished pair. So Christmas is a week from today, and I have technically 3 socks, or no, not 3 socks. I have 2 socks now and a purse to make. I'm making a purse for a family friend that I told her I would make like a year or 2 ago, and I'm gonna finally do it. I got all the stuff, so I have to do that this week. And 2 socks. So this second DK sock and a fingering weight sock. And the fingering weight sock, I'm gonna make it the same length as this sock, so I should be able to get it done in plenty of time. So I'm confident I can complete those 3 things by Friday or Saturday. We'll see. So yeah, I've been wanting to cast on all my Christmas yarn, but I really want to get these projects done, and my Christmas yarn isn't going anywhere, and that's what I keep telling myself is I can work on that at any time, whether it's next year, after Christmas, whatever. You know, you can just pick and choose. It doesn't have to be a certain time of year if you want to work with the colorway. So that's what I'm telling myself in my brain. As much as I'm looking at everybody's pretty pictures of their Christmas socks and Advent skeins, yeah, I'm holding off because I really want to start the year with no old projects. If I happen to cast on something like one of those Christmas yarns that if I get my other stuff done or something like, say, you know, before New Year's or something, I'm not going to consider that in that, if you know what I mean. So on that, my goal after I finish these gifts, so that would be obviously next week after Christmas, is to do, I'm going to make the second one of this to complete this pair. And that'll go really, really quick. Those are super fast. And the second sock for my Daisy Stitch Co. Haunted House self-striping sock that I showed that a couple episodes back. So I had completed the first one and haven't started the second one yet. So those are the only two projects. Once I get these gifts done, that will be like incomplete projects, or even things on the needles, if you will. So I'm pretty proud of that, you know, not having a whole lot of stuff kind of going into the new year, because I'm trying to get back to only having a couple of projects going at once, because having too many, as I've talked about many, many times, is very overwhelming for me. So I'm really buckling down and just doing one at a time, going through them, and I'm liking it. So my last work in progress that I will show you, I actually got a little bit of progress on my Advent project with my Granite State yarns. Not a lot, let's not get crazy here. I'm still in the first color, but it has gotten bigger. So I've been working on this while we watch TV, because I'm not working on the socks in front of him. He doesn't know I'm making those. So I have to work on those when we're not in the same room. So this has been getting a little TV crochet time. So it looks a little, there, it's gonna, there. This is the first corner, so obviously it's gonna be a square, but I'm getting down to the, I haven't weighed this, but the ball is getting smaller. And I'm going to show the other days that I've opened so far that you haven't seen since the last time here in a second. But my intention after I show these, I'm going to make 2 cakes of yarn. I'm going to just do 2 Magic Knot cakes with days 2 through 12 and then 13 through 24, because that will tell me when I'm done with the first Magic Knot cake, it's time to start the decreases. I thought that would be just an easy way to know right there, hey, it's time to switch. It's time to decrease and finish off your blanket. So I'm going to do that probably after I finish opening all of the days. So, you know, after the 24th, and get those all wound up and knotted together and in a bag, because they won't fit in that bag once I do all that. So yeah, so that is all of the things I'm working on right now. And I'll probably do either a beginning of the year, maybe end of the year episode with like stash update, and maybe projects that are rolling into the new year, like pull out all of those crochet projects I talked about and kind of go through, because I know a couple of them are going to be long-term projects, like the blankets. Some of them are, like, I have a rework crochet project in there that I'll talk about then, that could be finished feasibly within the next year. The Hocus Pocus shawl that I'm crocheting, I really want to finish that, and so that's kind of my plan, is to put some of those into the rotation of things that I'm working on and keep the new projects, you know, to like 2 or something. Like a pair of socks, maybe a t-shirt, or like the cowl that I want to make, those kinds of things. So yeah. Okay, so let me show you the other colors from days 8 through 18. So there's 10 colors for me to show you. Hold on. Okay, so here are the colors from the last 10 days of the Granite State Yarns Advent. So I had them all in order, and when I picked them up, they got all jumbled. So let's see if I can show them better in kind of a yarn bouquet fashion. Okay, now here you go. Look at all that color variation. I mean, we've got some solids, we've got some tonal or speckled, you know, we've got a little bit of everything. So I think what I'm going to do on my Instagram, if you follow me on there, I'm going to, because I kind of fell off the bandwagon of posting opening these every day. especially over the last week, just because I've really been focusing on the projects for gifts. I really want to get those done, so it was like pick and choose. So what I'm going to do on my Instagram, because I have a highlight bubble that I saved all of these on, what I'm going to do is just take pictures of, like, I think days 1 through 6, 7 through 12, you know, do them like that, and just so that I can get all of them in the picture, and then save those on the highlight bubble so that you can see all the colors once I finally get them all opened. So they're all beautiful, and I am so excited to see how they will crochet up into that blanket, because I think the color gradient is going to just be super cool and fun. And if you follow Lauren's Vlogmas, Granite State Yarns, that's Lauren, she's doing I think it's the first chance shawl or the second chance shawl. Anyway, she's using just a little bit of her advent colors each day with a solid color in between, like a cream or a white. And it looks so pretty. Like, just seeing that, it's kind of like the bounce blanket that people are doing from Tin Can Knits, kind of like that, but in a shawl. So, okay. I think I showed this last time that I got this in the mail. I'm pretty sure. This is the Freckled Whimsy Advent Skein. Maybe I didn't show this. I don't remember. Might have gotten this after I recorded. But I did get my Advent Skein in the mail. Obviously, it was late. So I think I'm going to knit these up after Christmas for myself. Because if I can get this length of sock for myself out of 25 grams, which would be, you know, I could get a pair out of, because this is split into two 50s, I would have half a cake of yarn left. To do what with, I don't know. But I'm sure if I do the heel, or not the heels, if I do the cuffs and the toes in the coordinating mini, I'll have plenty of yarn to do that length. So I think that is the plan for now. So that brings me to the Mandy's Makings Share a Pair Advent. This is so much fun. I'm so glad that I purchased this on a whim. First of all, it's based off of my favorite Christmas movie I've talked about, The Holiday. But it's such a fun Advent project to get. Like, yeah, the minis are great, do not get me wrong, but these are like full skeins that you can make into whatever you want, gift a pair to a knitting or crocheting friend. So it's just something a little different. So it came with 2 extras. It came with a candle, which I gifted to my brother's girlfriend for Christmas because I can't handle candles, smelly stuff in my house. Yeah, if you're like me, I feel for you. Headaches, allergies from all the perfumey, smelly things. It's terrible. But it came with this cute Progress Keeper. I think this is supposed to be based off of Iris's house in the movie. So hopefully you will recognize that. So this was, oh, there it is. This is from, oh my gosh, I can't get this back on here. This is from Little Bitty Delights. So there's that. Yeah, it was so cute. I'm just keeping it here in the box for right now. Okay, so let me show you the first 3 Sundays worth of share pairs. I have one, obviously it's Sunday now, I have 1 Sunday left. So let me put these in order. So each Sunday, you know, you open a set. And they're all labeled with the dates that you're supposed to open them, so I like that. So here was, whatever that, the first, December 5th, I think, was the day, whatever that first name was. Anyway, this was the first share a pair, and this is called, she labeled this, You Are a Leading Lady. Isn't that gorgeous? It's like this pretty gray blue and like a light kind of cornflower yellow. I love this. Like, I opened these and I immediately wanted to make socks, and like I said with, you know, like with this sock and this having a coordinating mini, I'm thinking with my share pair, with one of them anyway, I can do 2 pairs of socks with alternating toes and cuffs. So like, you know, that, you know, alternate for each of them. Oh, I'm so excited. These are going to be so cute, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one. That's where I'm stuck. I may save them for a giveaway. I may gift, you know, send a surprise gift to a yarn friend. I'm unsure right now, but yes, so cute. You Are a Leading Lady. These are her 75-25 blend, which was another reason that I got it, is I wanted to make sure it was the base that I liked. So there's that one. So that was the first Sunday. Here's the second Sunday. And so far, this may be my favorite out of all of them. She labeled this, If You Were a Melody. So if you've watched the movie, you'll understand the references to those scenes. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Like, how beautiful are these share pairs? So this one it's getting a little blown out. So this white with the pink and gray speckles, it's slightly less speckled. Like this one has a lot more gray, as you can see in it. So this one is going to be the one I use. So that one I know for sure I'm keeping for myself. This other one, yeah, it has slightly less on the speckling, but still very beautiful. I just like that that one had a little bit more gray in it. Okay, and then the one I opened today is called The Three Musketeers. Oh my gosh. I just remembered. I showed you the Progress Keeper and I said it came with 2 extras. The candle that I gave away, it had a label on it. It was called Meet Cute. So, from the movie. Okay. So, this one's called Three Musketeers. My brain today, I tell you. Anybody else? So, look at this. Aren't these gorgeous? Like this kind of, it's showing a little more pink from what I can tell, but it's kind of a dusty rose, kind of mauve color with like a light, kind of a chocolatey, like a light chocolate brown. Yeah, it's maybe back here is better. I don't know. Yeah, they're so gorgeous. I can't wait to make socks with these too. Obviously, these are, I mean, the blue and yellow, I can maybe make a pair for Adrian, but it's not looking good. They're probably all going to be for me. I could keep, you know, and make socks for him, but I think we'll save them and decide later what to do with them. But, so there's all of those. And this was the piece of paper that came with the Advent. And so in case you're wondering, because I don't have the candle, it is a soy candle handmade by the Vintage Goat and Garden, if you were wondering. So there's that. Yeah, I don't have too much else to talk about. One thing I did want to mention really quick. So I know I showed the new needle set I got last time, and I started to try it out with this DK sock because the needle sizes start at 2.75, which is what I use for my DK socks. And I think I found the flaw in the needle set. Not so much with the needles, with those new swivel cords. And I'm not sure, I don't want to fully form an opinion yet, but so if you've seen the swivel cords, they obviously swivel at the cord instead of, you know, like being a smooth join. So it was really hard for me to get the stitches back on the needle because I do magic loop. It kept getting stuck on where there's like a little kind of ridge between the cord and the where the cord is joined at the swivel part. And I don't know if it's because of the yarn I was using or what. Maybe if you had smoother yarn, like a bamboo or something more slick, it might have been okay, but that was disappointing. But the needles themselves, I think, would have been fine. I obviously will try them out on a different project, and if I have that same problem with the cord, I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure, that you can use the red cables from the other ChiaoGoo interchangeable sets, or if you just buy the cords, you can use those with the needles. I think the connections are the same size. So kind of defeats the purpose. You know, I wanted the swivel cords because they're supposed to be easier on your wrists, all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to completely rule them out yet. But I did want to mention that for anybody that maybe thought about getting the swivel cords, because I think you can buy the swivel cords separately on either from a distributor or from Amazon or whatever, without this Forte needle tip set. If you were thinking about purchasing those to go with maybe your ChiaoGoo interchangeable, maybe consider that. Or it's just the cords I got. I don't know. So yeah, that was kind of disappointing, especially because it was a very expensive set, but you know, I always have the cords for my other set. They are not going anywhere, so I can just use those and see what happens. So, but I also wanted to say thank you for everyone that shopped the birthday sale. Thank you for that. I mailed those out, so people should start receiving them if they haven't already. And one thing I did want to share, I am working on a new bag release that I'm probably going to put out maybe the first week of January. We'll see how fast I get them done. I have the fabric cut. This isn't going to be a pre-order. This is going to be one of the ones, you know, sporadically that I put throughout the year that's going to be already made, ready to ship. So I will tell you off the bat, I will have mostly small snap size and just a handful in medium drawstring. So, and I'll just tell you they're going to be coffee themed. I'm excited about that. I don't want to show anything yet, but I think once I get a sample made up, I will obviously show it on here and show you what both ones look like. I just think these are going to be so stinking cute. I'm really excited about these. So, yeah. I just wanted to catch you guys up on what I've been working on, and hopefully I will record a video maybe before Christmas, on Christmas Eve, post it sometime in there and show you all of the rest of the Advent stuff and the full skein for Christmas Day, and maybe show you, you know, any other completed projects that I have. We'll see how the week goes, because this obviously takes time away from finishing those projects. So I'm hoping, cross your fingers, pray for me, that I can get those done really quick. That's what I'm shooting for. So anyway, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, comment below, let me know how your guys' holiday makes are going, or just how you're feeling in general this December, last week before Christmas. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!